Okay, so that's me next, and it is my absolute honor to introduce our very own California Community College Chancellor, Eloy Oakley, to say a few words on about our Woman of the Hour.
Thank you, Erica, and good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for inviting me to this celebration. Of course, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to say a few words about Constance and her legacy. And I come to my comments not as the Chancellor of the California Community Colleges. I'll save that comment for last. I come to my comments from the point of view of a product of the California Community Colleges. I have benefited tremendously from the California Community Colleges. My family has benefited tremendously. The trajectory of my life was changed forever the day I walked onto the campus of Golden West College. And it is that transformative power that is at the heart of our system. It's at the heart of every community college across the nation. And there are very few people in our state and across the country who you can point to and say, that person exemplifies what we're all about. And the person you are honoring today is someone that I can truly say exemplifies the power of community colleges. She exemplifies the power through her leadership, just by her presence, wherever she is. And don't get me wrong, Constance and I have disagreed on many occasions, but she is one of those people that I will forever have respect for, because she brings it every time. She brings it to the table every time, no matter what the issue is. And I have a lot of respect for that as a person who has grown up in the California community colleges. So it's hard to imagine what the system will be like without her leadership. I do know that she has set the plate and nurtured, mentored many leaders in the system. I'm sure many of you. So I'm sure, she's planted the seeds to a great amount of leadership going forward. So Constance, as a product of the California Community Colleges, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for our system, for all that you've done for our colleges, for your leadership, for being a remarkable person, for being a true leader, for being consistent to the core, and for setting, a model for what a college, a district leader should be. And then finally, on behalf of the Board of Governors, the California Community Colleges, and 2.1 million students, 116 colleges, we would not be where we are today without you. So thank you for your leadership. And I know that we will still be hearing from you. I'm sure I'll still be hearing from you, particularly as a certain piece of legislation continues to wind its way through the legislature. But in the meantime, I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of us in the Chancellor's office for your leadership.
Great, thank you, Chancellor Oakley. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Helen Benjamin.
Thank you, Erica. It's a genuine pleasure to be here, to have been invited to just make tribute to Constance. And I have to tell you, she is just one of the people I admire most on the planet. She has been a role model for me and for so many others, and been such a help to me in my work, and continues to be. And we have this, she has just, anybody who knows her knows that she has the best combination of wit and wisdom. And I would just tell you that Constance and I laugh about this a lot, but it's not funny. People would really get us confused And they would call Constance Helen and Helen Constance. And we just kind of look at each other. And she would always say, I'm the better looking one. So Constance, I'm giving you that today. You're the better looking one. I'm the younger one though. But what I decided to do was just a little tribute in couplets, sort of, because I thought you might appreciate that. So this is my tribute, Constance. Your name, as I'm sure you know, comes from Latin, meaning constant. And that is what you have been to community colleges, that constancy that will never end. You made your mark wherever you have served, from Marin as a young president at the age of 30, the youngest ever, to chancellor at San Diego Community College District. We will forget you never. You have done it all at the state and national levels. Humanities Association, you love them so, for their mission is in your core. AACC, State Chancellor's Office, and Accrediting Commission, you influence them all into submission. Legislators, state and national, for them, you have always had something rational. Arguments for the system and those it serves, so they can get what they need for success and what they deserve. You see, Constance, you are like no other in your power to reason. You advocate for us all in and out of season. On community college needs and success, you have never, ever wavered. You have left much for all of us to emulate and savor. So, riding off into the sunset, my sister, that'll never, ever happen to you. You will continue to work, because I know in the end, there will be a bachelor's degree offered by every community college in the state of California. Yes. You're celebrated today with this Legacy Award for all that you have done, and it has been tremendous. Enjoy your retirement and really have great fun. Join me, girl. I'm camping today. I'm sitting in an RV, so I got a place for you.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Helen. And our next tribute is a tape tribute. So we'll roll that.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Muy buenas tardes. Special shout out to the Women's Caucus. Thank you for this invitation. What a joy it is to be here to express my deep respect and admiration and gratitude to Dr. Constance Carroll. As we know, Constance is an icon. She is truly an American original, principled, wicked intelligent, focused, audacious, and possesses a tireless work ethic. And as we all know, she's been a fierce advocate for our community colleges, for public higher education, for our students, and for the underserved. For me and for so many of us, Constance is the gold standard for California community college CEOs. She sets and exemplifies consistently high standards of professionalism and preparation. I've seen this firsthand. I can say that I bear witness to Dr. Carroll's excellence. We have been side by side as advocates on so many national, state, and local issues. If you look at her work, the body of her work, the thread that runs through all of it is educational opportunity, equity, justice, and indeed excellence. I benefited from it for so many years, and so many of us in this room as well. Reflecting back in 2003, when I entered my first college presidency, there were few CEOs that I could reach out to, that I could learn from, that I could model. Well, as I remember it, Constance reached out to me. And that immediately built confidence. Through her example and her toughness, I refined my own voice, my own leadership style, and my approach. Many of us in this Zoom room could say the exact same thing. So Constance, mi querida hermana, muchísimas gracias por su gran ejemplo, por su amistad y por su confianza. Te deseo mucha suerte y buen salud. Constance knows Spanish, so she knows what I'm saying, and my heartfelt respect and admiration goes out to her. I will miss you, hermana. but I look forward to staying connected. Que viva Constance Carroll.
Yay. Thank you, Chancellor Rodriguez. He has to be in a board meeting right now, which is why he's not with us. And our next speaker is none other than Dr. Pam Lester. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Erica and Constance. I'm so glad you made it through the wires back to us. And so I know these things can be fun. I'm really greatly honored that I get to be part of this tribute today. And when I thought about what I would say, because it's not the only tribute I get to make to you, I thought about what I would say. And because this is the Women's Caucus, I'm going to focus my comments on the mentoring that you have done of the women that have been part of your career and the part of your life. I think all of us, the first time we met Constance, and don't lie, you know you were a little scared the first time you met her, right? You know you might have been a little bit afraid because it's Constance Carroll, the legend, the woman, the one that has come before all of us. And so it was not unlike that for me. The first time I met Constance was at an AACC conference, and I had the opportunity to visit the Black Caucus with some friends and was introduced to Constance. And little did she know that not even a couple of months later, I would be applying to be the president of San Diego Mesa College. And so when I met her, she doesn't know this, but that was actually the first time we danced near one another, Constance, not the last time we danced together. So I just want to say that your mentorship has meant a great deal to me personally, but there are many, I'm guessing over 100 women that you have guided through, whether they were presidents or deans or vice presidents, that you have been a support, but you've also been someone who wasn't afraid to point out the places where we needed to grow. Because none of us need someone who just tells them all the time about how wonderful they are, and not that you don't do that. But all of us need someone in their lives who can tell us the kinds of things that we need to do to fulfill our own capacity. And so I appreciate that you have done that for me and for many, many women. In terms of fierce advocacy, I think all of us know that there would be no community college baccalaureate programs without the fierce advocacy on Constance's behalf. And so students are doing so beautifully well in these programs now. And of course, we soon hope to have many more opportunities for those students to move forward. And last, what I would say is, people when they go into administration sometimes are worried that they won't have as much contact with students. And I think as women, we sometimes feel that very strongly. And I remember, Constance, you saying to me once that while that is the case in terms of the day-to-day contact with students, that when you assume these kinds of roles, you are able to impact thousands and thousands of students with the decisions that we make, with the hard advocacy that we have to make sure that we're doing the right thing on behalf of our students. And so on behalf of all and I'm going to guess it's hundreds of thousands of students that you've impacted in your career, congratulations on this next step. Many of you know that I had my first grandson this year, and he was born on Constance's birthday. And so we will be forever guided in that. I'm heard for the first birthday, there's a smash cake. So I'll try to find one for your birthday as well this year. But Constance, my friend, my colleague, my mentor, congratulations on this incredible award. And I look forward to seeing you as we have new adventures together in the future. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Pam. We appreciate that. And now the woman of the hour gets to say a few words. We always want to hear what Constance has to say. So please, Constance, take it away.
Well, the first thing I want to do is find the Zoom bomber. I really don't understand in technology why we can't track these people down. So that's going to be my next goal. I can't tell you how much this means to me. I was surprised by it, and I'm feeling a little emotional, a lot emotional, which is rare for me. But when Erica asked me about this, I had no idea that it was going to be so beautiful with so many people, and so many people whom I respect. and admire. And we'll miss actually in our work together. It matters to me hugely that my board members are here. They're women, they're feminists. I see Maria Senior, Maria Nieto Senior. I see Mary Graham. I don't know if our new board member, Hazel, is here, but that matters to me. It matters to me that I have a colleague to work with like Pam Luster. Wonderful colleague, and we'll be friends forever. Erica, your leadership has been extraordinary, and I've sort of watched you move around, and this is dangerous, starting to pick people out. And Eloy, thank you for joining us here. You can be an honorary woman today. And Wandine Trainer, whom I've worked with, just a wonderful group of people. When I started in the California community, and Helen, I see over here. Helen, I'm afraid of, so got to do something there. But Helen, you will not see me in an RV. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. No Winnebagos, no RVs. When I started in the California community colleges in 1977, there were only 5 women CEOs. 2 of us were African American, and 3 were white. It was tough. It was a tough slog going to meetings. I think the state organization was then CCJCA, I think was the acronym. And it was traditional. It was male CEOs with their wives, all dressed to the nines. And the 5 women CEOs were not viewed as colleagues. We were viewed as odd creatures. One of us was an odd creature, but we won't talk about her. And over time, I have watched the California community colleges grow and develop until now. I believe that of the, I believe it's 132 or so CEO positions in the state, 49% are now held by women. That is extraordinary. That is great. I will be happy when it tops 50% and starts moving forward. But this is a great achievement by our California community colleges and by the local boards of trustees who have had the wisdom and the courage in some cases to appoint women to these positions. I will say a few things because I don't want to, I know I'm not supposed to get into a major speech, but there are a few things that I do want to say. I believe that the discrimination against women is the most widespread and the most fundamental discrimination on earth. Every culture, every country, every nation devalues women. Women are still viewed as objects, and women are not given their due. We've come a long way, 49%, but we have a long way to go. Women are still judged by different standards than men. If a woman is assertive, she can be called a bully. If a woman is thoughtful, she can be viewed as being too slow, can't make up her mind. There's just a whole spectrum of discrimination against women at all levels. And so the cure begins with education, and it's so important for women to be leaders in education so that we, with our sensitivities and backgrounds, can begin to make the difference that is necessary. I have valued my time in the California community colleges. Some of it has been very frustrating, especially too many changes. lurching from one fad and one bright, shiny object to another, instead of investing into in longitudinal improvements. I think that's one of our weaknesses. Um, the and it takes us too long to accomplish things because of all of the regulations and the like. And because I have been involved, I've had the great privilege of being involved with some very important efforts. The equalization effort to equalize the support for community colleges when the range was anywhere from $3,100 per FTES to close to $8,000 per FTES in one case, with many hovering at the $5,000 mark. That was a great effort. The other great effort, which is going to be the rest of my career, is the baccalaureate effort. It is so important for our community colleges to be able to move forward in this way, so that we can guarantee jobs for our students and serve our local communities much better. I see this as a game changer for community colleges. It has been a game changer for many of the other 24 states that empower their community colleges to do this. I was so thrilled when Arizona finally crossed the line and has now signed into law, the governor has signed into law the ability of the Arizona community colleges to offer baccalaureate degrees. How bad is that? California should be first, not Arizona. But I am delighted for them, because I know how hard Linda Thor, another woman leader, worked on that when she was president of Rio Salado College, and how disappointed she was when that did not come to fruition. She worked directly with me when she became Chancellor of Foothill De Anza, and before she went back to Arizona. So I know that today she is celebrating and should. Women, as the Chinese proverb says, hold up half the sky. But we're not always recognized for the half of the sky that we hold up. And I really believe that women hold up more than half the sky, probably closer to 70%, if you actually got down to it. And so what I want to do is to say thank you to all of you for this great honor, which was a surprise to me and means a great deal to me. And I want to thank you all for your courage, because each one of you, whom I can see on the screen, trustees, CEOs, and others, have had to struggle in order to become the leaders who you really are. And so I commend you for that. And I wish you well in your future development. And even though I will not be in an RV with Helen Benjamin, I will be at conferences promoting my great cause, which is the Community College Baccalaureate. So thank you all for this great honor, and I wish you well. Buena suerte.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We can't say thank you enough for all of your leadership. Now, usually at this point in honoring somebody, you know, we would bring you up to the stage and we would hand over, you know, a plaque or a bunch of things. But we decided that probably wasn't what you would want to do as you're packing up your office. So we believe in symbolizing glass, i.e. the glass ceiling, but we thought you'd want something a little more useful with something that you really, that's your favorite. So slide, please. So this is what's coming to you. Two wine glasses from my favorite glass maker of Simon Pierce, which is hand blown in Vermont, if anybody wants to know that. And then you and I share a love of Cake Bread Cellars.
Yes,
Your preference is Chardonnay. Mine is Sauvignon Blanc, but still it's the best winery in California, if you ask me.
it is. Hands down
So,
best. Yes.
so as you sip the wine and as you use these glasses now and into the future, just know that this is in a symbolic way to say thank you for breaking the glass ceilings that you did. But here's a useful way to remember just the amazing work that you've done and that clearly you will continue to do. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Erica. We share excellent taste in wine.
Yes, we do. And I think you'll agree that we share excellent taste in glass when you see the glasses.